Welcome everyone, this is Pineleaf Niels and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in LOTRO and here at LOTRO Players. And this week we have with us Andang,
Hey everybody.
Terry Adwin,
Hi,
Corvette,
At your service and your families.
and please welcome our guest for this week, Ammon here.
Hello.
And welcome. And you know what the drill is for new people who come here? It is that you have to tell us how you got started in Tolkien, in LOTRO, and in the community.
Alrighty, well, let's see. Do you guys remember something called required reading back in school?
Required
Yes.
reading? It means things that you were asked to read when you were taking a class?
Pineleaf's
Yeah,
like things that they allow you to read, because Pineleaf, I'm sure, loves to read. Anyway, continue.
Well, I had an English teacher in junior high that was a big Tolkien fan, and he gave us this list of required reading stuff. And a lot of the books were like your typical Moby Dick, Kidnapped, things like that. And he suggested I read Lord of the Rings. And that's essentially how I got into that. I started reading those books, and then as the new ones came out, the Silmarillion and stuff like that, I followed with it. As far as LOTRO is concerned, I have a family member who liked to play MMOs, and she started nagging me to play with her, and I had found out that Lord of the Rings had gone free-to-play. And after about 6 months of constant harassment, I finally downloaded it. And that was about 5-6 years ago.
Okay. And anything that you do with the community, or do you just hang around and be part of a kinship, or what?
I just hang out in South Bree.
Hang out in
Run
South
circles around Bill Ferny's house all day. That's it.
Ah, Bill Ferny, does he give you the evil eye when you do that?
I think he's dead now. I'm not sure where he went. Try to save that dog one of these days, but he's stuck there in that cage.
Well, I don't think he's dead because he runs away before you could kill him in the skirmish tutorial.
I'm not sure how long ago did I do that. That was quite some time.
All right, let's head into our game news then. And look, we have our first hints about Mordor, because there had been some speculation and questioning on whether or not we'll be able to go inside Mordor and actually do anything there. And it looks like Turbine has something big planned there.
Yes, Pineleaf, there's something big that Turbine's planning, and that's pretty much all we know.
A volcano.
Yeah, that would work. What's interesting is big is in quotes, and so that got the community worried that, oh no, it's going to be a big battle. Luckily, that's not the case. Turbine did say that, don't worry about that. It's not going to be a big battle. So,
Thank goodness.
yeah. And from this post, it was actually made by Severlin. We learned that they're the new executive producer, potentially. We've not gotten official confirmation from that, but their forum title does say executive producer. So it seems like that.
Well,
that's probably
it
the
says
case.
it's executive producer.
I believe
It doesn't
so.
say executive producer LOTRO or executive producer this or
No, it just says executive producer, but LOTRO and DDO are on different forum tables, aren't they?
Oh, I guess you may have a point there.
And it wouldn't make sense for somebody...
Oh no, they're not on different form because I used the same ID for both of them.
Well, either way, it wouldn't make sense for there to be a person that's not the executive producer talking about this publicly.
Well, yes, that's more to the point, yeah.
So, anyway, they did say, and I'm going to quote this here, "We really want the content leading up to the Black Gate to live up to players' expectations. That's what we are working on now. But the crescendo of what happens to the ring needs to be fantastic. Once the players have to enter Mordor itself, we feel we need something big, quote unquote, to do that justice. So, because DDO's getting expansion, I'm not saying that this is very probable, but it's possible that this something big could be an expansion to LOTRO. What does everybody else think about that? Do you think that LOTRO will have another expansion someday?
What expansion to DDO?
Ask Drac. I don't know. I heard from him that was announced.
I'll ask him Monday. Yeah. You mean for Mordor?
Yeah.
I suppose it's possible. I mean, if there's anything that's going to be big enough to warrant an expansion, it would be Mordor, because that's going to be a huge area.
Yeah. Some people were saying that the Battle at the Black Gate would be this big something, but they said once players enter Mordor itself, which means that this is after the Black Gate, potentially, or it might be in the middle of whatever's going on at the Black Gate. We might go off to the side on like a stealth thing inside, because there's going to be very very small amount of time for us to enter Mordor before the ring is destroyed.
Yeah, and see, with most of Sauron's forces heading towards the Black Gate, there are probably still some stragglers in the back that we can fight, but it's not like you're going around poking the nose of an entire army if you're back there and most of the army is up north.
Yeah, people were also saying that, well, we can't go into Mordor because we're going to have to fight through all these orcs. Well, if we do it while they're at the Black Gate, like you said, Pineleaf, then there won't be. The fields will be cleared and we'll be able to go through. People have also been speculating that we're going to be the ones that actually threw the ring into the fire for Frodo. And it was just changed in the books and stuff like that.
Yeah, Frodo took the credit for somebody else. Well,
we were really the ones that pushed Gollum into the...
Oh, yeah, we pushed Gollum.
I think at this point, people kind of expect Mordor to be a full expansion.
Really? Because we didn't get one with all of Gondor.
Yeah, I know, but with the whole, the fact that it is like that's the end of the story, for a lot of people, that it would be a nice send-off.
That's true, and if they're going to do an expansion, this would be the most likely time to do it at the end of this story. So that would make sense. So anyway, Pineleaf, people have no idea what this big thing is, and Turbine just teased it. But it's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
And I should point out that Dr. Authorpe did say, well, I'm excited that Severlin let this out, that is. We've got some serious work ahead of us, and we're pretty darn psyched about it. So they were excited about it, and then another developer posted, yes, 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 on the forums as well. So it seems that the developers are really excited about this. And whatever this big thing is, it's going to be pretty good. At least the developers think it will be.
It could also be 9-foot-tall Sauron pets.
That would be something big, I suppose.
I'm thinking, big Black Gate, big volcano, big red eye.
Right. Although I don't know if that would do that justice, as the quote continues on. But, it's possible.
I just hope that if they add a new system, it's not as bad as Epic Battles.
Well, I hope that this isn't a new system, or if it is, it's like a landscape version of what they did at Pelennor.
Yeah, it's just that usually when they have an expansion, there tends to be a new system in there also.
Yeah, I don't know why they would make a new battle system, though, when people seem to really like how Pelennor was handled.
Well, yeah, there is a point on that.
I can just see it now. It's going to be LOTRO Go with augmented reality. And if you're feeling exceptionally adventurous, you can put like lighters on the side of your phone that'll kick off, so you get that heat flame effect from the Mordor Cracks of Doom.
Oh, so LOTRO Go, you mean that we place black and white stones on a board?
Oh, there you go.
It's bad enough people drive while using their cell phone. We don't need to include open flame to the mix.
I'm just like, yeah, and then people running around with like broomsticks and hatchets from the garage, like pretending to be a dwarf or or a champion, and it could end badly. But still, it's fun to joke.
Barnabas in the chat says you need to collect essences with your smartphone. I hope not, Barnabas.
Right. Let's then head into the summer festival. I hear that it's live, and are there any great new cosmetics available?
No.
Oh well.
Yes.
There
are 2 cloaks.
And there's a fishy shoulder pads.
Yeah, okay, in other words,
sorry,
nothing.
there's a cloak and the strange looking shoulders.
They look like fish. They look like some kind of segmented
They
fish.
do look like fish. They're a little weird.
Yeah, my wife called them mermaid shoulders.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Which goes with the whole under the sea thing they got going on with the cloak and the steed.
Yeah, well, they're calling it the summer sea, so I guess they want us to all cool off by going swimming or something.
Or spitting on ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, so while we were kind of let down in the cosmetics department, we were not let down in the quest department because we actually have new quests.
Yes, and somehow Turban has managed to up themselves with a evil cat. Like, not just saying that redundantly. There's an actual evil cat in the Shire that I have actually witnessed this cat not only obstructing your quests, but pinning people down as if it was a lag spike permanently.
It does last a long time. I think I got stuck by one for about
it's
3
until it
minutes or
moves out of the
something.
way. And being a cat, it's not exactly in a hurry to move. It's the thing.
The one time we saw it, there were 2 players coming one way down the path, and we were coming up the path, and the cat got sandwiched between us, and then all 4 of us got stuck. And so after about 2 minutes, I look over at Mrs. Carver and I say, "Can you port us out of here, please?" So Hunter Port escaped the cat, but it was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And also Hobbit Dance 4. More about Hobbit Dance 4 later in my highlights of the week. But Hobbit Dance 4. It kind of sucks that it's an emote that they took away from female hobbits and decided to sell back for tokens. But the emote itself is pretty cool.
The kites are cool.
The kites are awesome.
I like the
New
kites.
cosmetic pet kites.
That's how they treat kites? It's cosmetic
Yes,
pets?
it's a cosmetic pet, which means, as with all cosmetic pets, if you get on a slow stable horse and you're going from point A to point B, the pet follows you. So if you have the kite out, it looks like you're flying a kite on the horse. It's pretty awesome.
Okay, yeah, because I had never thought about cosmetic pets following you until I think it was
That's how
yesterday
you can. Yeah,
or
that's how
today.
you can run around and move with the kite, as it's a pet.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I hadn't thought about pets working that way until I think it was yesterday when I noticed somebody had a store hobbit running after them when they're running on a horse.
That's a quick hobbit, man.
That's
A hungry hobbit
That's
there.
this hobbit running after him.
He's got a pie strapped to the backside of the horse, and the hobbit's like, "Fast as fast can be. That pie's coming for me."
If it was a whole pie, then there'd be like half the Shire following.
I know,
I'm
right?
pretty sure.
It's like North Cotton Farms incident all over again.
Anything else on the summer festival before we go on?
Oh, the Matham fishing
fishing.
quest that you can't do anything with the Mathams after you catch them. I mean,
What?
I guess it's great if you
Individual?
don't have the rep, but you can't exchange them for tokens or anything.
They're not bind on acquire though, are they? I don't think they are. You could sell
No,
them.
just, yeah.
You could stack them up and sell them,
Yeah,
What is
provided
this?
you get lucky enough to fish up enough of those Mathams. Because I'm mostly getting weeds and goldfish.
Oh, are they gift mathams or something like that?
No, they're the 30 rep clickies. The 30 rep.
Yeah, they're the-
cookies.
Then they should be tradable.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
tradable.
apparently somebody cleaned out the Matham house and threw it all in the lake.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure that's what the quest
interesting.
giver tells you.
Yeah.
Or
the
there was
hobbits are just
one
throwing
Matham
stuff in.
hobbit that almost drowned.
He must have been a Matham rich hobbit.
Well, isn't
Right.
Matham basically inconsequential junk you give to people?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So it
Yep.
makes sense that it would be at a lake.
it's the crap that
Yeah,
nobody else wants.
somebody had a cart full of knickknacks for the Mickle Delving market. They made a wrong turn, slid down that hill behind Bywater, and just toppled their cart over into the lake and said, "Ah."
Well, it
I'm
sure
gonna-
beats fishing up a rusty axe and a dirty skull.
There you go. And the
Yeah,
rusty
there's never
daggers.
been a murder in the Shire, but there's been hobbit drownings in that lake, apparently.
Yep. Well, it might have like come downstream from somewhere up north. You know, it could have been something that rolled downstream from the bog where
Pretty
the
sure that the
dwarves were
quest
doing
giver
something
tells
bad.
you that it's because. Hang on. Yeah, the hobbits of the Shire have been invited to clean out their old Mathams, toss them into the pond at Bywater, and gather during the summer festival to hook out new ones if they can.
Well, if you
So
want
it's
to use the
apparently a
actual
hobbit's
lore,
way of exchanging Mathams.
if you want to use the actual lore, Terry,
It's like I don't like half as much of you as I should, and you don't like me half as much as you deserve. So we're just gonna throw our crap in the lake, and that way we don't have to talk to each other. Fair enough.
Throw your old junk in the lake and see if you can fish out somebody else's junk.
That's it. Yeah.
So this year, Turbine is advocating irreparable environmental damage and spitting.
Only in little people's virtual landscapes. Hobbits. You know.
okay, Carv. I think it's time to move on. Like 20 minutes ago,
Yes,
finally.
I think it is. Let's head into our store sales.
Okay, so our free sample of the week is a simple rally horn ×1. Use coupon code GROUPUP one time per account. And 20% off some really awesome stuff. Shared storage, vault upgrades, inventory slots, currency cap, and shared wardrobe. Yay!
Good
really
stuff.
awesome.
Good stuff. So inventory slots are per character, right?
No, inventory slots are account-wide.
Oh, there was a big discussion about that on my stream on Saturday, and I still don't know
It's
the
the
answer.
vault purchase that's per character.
Oh, so inventory
you
slots.
purchase-
Okay. Well, inventory
Yeah, so
slots
shared storage
account
is like-
wide
Yeah, inventory
justifies
slots are
the price
account-wide.
a lot better. Okay.
It's the vault storage that's per character, not the shared storage, but the individual vault storage is per
Makes a
character.
whole lot of sense. Okay. I ended up deciding to wait for the barter wallet anyway, but inventory slots would have been a nice addition. Okay.
LOTRO Players News is brought to you by...
An ad hoc ad that's made up on the spot because I can't think of anything. I didn't prepare anything, Pineleaf. I'm sorry.
I thought it was
It's been
brought
one
to
of
us
those
by
days.
Weatherstock 8.
Yes, it was. Weatherstock 8.
Right, this week we had Weatherstock 8, and there was a stream with it. And I think a few of us took advantage of that stream.
Well, I was at Weatherstock. Fingers crossed, third year in a row, trying for the Weatherstock Wayfarer title. Maybe I'll actually get it this year.
Oh, you didn't get it last year?
All right.
Nope, and I didn't get it the year before that either.
Huh. Because I thought we were giving them out last year, too. You should have just sent me an email last year.
Yep. So this is my third year trying for it, and I'm really hoping I get it.
And I had just noticed the halfway through Weatherstock that I actually had never gotten that title. I had gotten the Steward title, but not the Wayfarer title. So
I was there for quite a bit of it. I wasn't there for the pre-show. I watched the pre-show on stream because
Yeah.
I ended up parking an alt on Weathertop because last year I had such a horrible time.
Such a horrible time that
This
you
year?
left the
So I
show.
just-
Staying
man.
connected.
yeah.
Hey, Terry, you're back now, I think.
Yeah, it's not me because I'm still like in everything except Discord is having issues.
Okay.
Anyway, I had such a horrible time with the lag going up the mountain that I just decided to park a character on top of it.
Makes sense.
All right.
And she has enough alts that she never has to worry about needing to level that one because she has plenty other to level, so...
Actually, that's an alt that I have not been playing because I play it with somebody else who's not been able to play.
Oh, man.
That's Pepper, my Hobbit mini. She's at level 81.
Ah, Pepper. Yes.
All right, then let's head into our community events. And what community events did we have, other than Weatherstock, of course?
Well, apparently there's an event tomorrow, which people listening to the recording of this are not going to know about until after it's over. But there's an event tomorrow called Moose Stock, which is the celebration. It's on Landreval. It's a celebration of a random event that happened last year where one of the GMs showed up in a housing neighborhood and started spawning moose and squirrels all over the place.
Oops. All right.
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fun. I'm not going to be able to go because, again, it's during that time frame on Sundays that I am not able to be online. But it sounds like it's going to be pretty entertaining. And they're hoping that Moose will show up again. It's plus Moose is the character.
That's awesome.
All right. Now let's head into a little poll. And the question this week is, did you like the Bingo Boffin storyline?
Yes, Pineleaf, that's me. We did ask players if they liked the Bingo Boffin storyline, and 84%, 293 votes, said yes, they liked the Bingo Boffin storyline. Which doesn't surprise me. It surprises me maybe that there's so many no's, but I'm not surprised by this. 8%, 27 votes, did say no, they don't like the Bingo Boffin storyline, and 8% with 27 votes said other. One
Now,
of
at least... Oh.
Well, I was going to probably say the same thing. At least one of those said other because they wanted to say they loved it, not just liked it. So, there you go. I'm guessing that that's not all 27 people, but
yeah.
You never know.
Maybe.
So, anyway, it was a good poll result. You know, people that voted, I mean, a good turnout. 347 people voted in this poll. And yeah, Pineleaf, people like
Right.
Bingo Boffin.
All right. Then let's head into LOTRO Academy, episode 129, where we discussed skirmish camps. That's right, everything you wanted to know about skirmish camps but was afraid to ask.
Pineleaf,
And
how many
probably some
episodes?
Stuff you never would have known.
Pineleaf, how many episodes have you been on LOTRO Academy?
About maybe 100, 90 to 100.
So it took 90 to 100 episodes to get an episode on skirmish camps with you on the show?
We talked about other things related to skirmishing.
Oh, I know, Pineleaf. I'm surprised that it took this long to get you to talk about this.
Oh, well.
But no, I'm sure, because Pineleaf is the skirmish master, expert, awesomeness, dojo dude,
yeah.
that this is going to be the best skirmish camps episode of a podcast that has ever existed.
Actually, the reason why we had to wait is because we needed an expert on cosmetics to help with the cosmetic portion.
Ah.
Barnabas in
That's
the
true.
chat says that it needs to be a 3-part skirmish camp series of LOTRO Academy.
Right, very well. Let's head to Letters to My Brother, where there are 2 letters this week, but there's also a little interlude in between them.
Yeah, which is really cool. It's sort of not. It's related to the letters, like it sort of details what's going on around the letters being written, but it fills in some of the gaps of the storyline.
All right. Then let's head into Small Electro Adventures, where Lily Kate finished up Bingo Boffin. Actually, she did the last 2 episodes, if I remember correctly, with that one. Like
I
going
haven't
all
watched it yet because I can't watch another ending of Bingo stream it just yet.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I haven't even done Bingo, and I'm already saying goodbye to Bingo.
Yeah, I got to Moria and then was like, nope, I'm not searching Moria for 13 dwarves or whatever.
Right. And then the family line went to part 101. Well, so much for my hypothesis that it will be a 100-part series, because it's gone past that now.
I'm pretty sure all our hypotheses have been blown away by that series.
Well,
Matthew.
I knew that the last one wasn't the end because I kind of skimmed through it as I was putting in show notes last week.
All right.
And didn't seem like it was an ending point to that chapter.
Well, yes, but seeing how he a couple of times had fake endings and maybe a fake continuation.
Now
All
you
right.
gave him the idea, Pine Leaf. Now he's going to do it at some point.
Anyway, it's part 101, Into Shadow. So yeah, that could give you dark thoughts. And then Critter's Journey, part 32, Feast with a Daisy.
Yeah, I can't believe we're up to 32
I
already
know.
with Critters.
Seems like just the other day the series started.
New story, because sort of wrapped where it had been at to that point. So we have a new character this week.
Awesome.
Right, so let's head into our all the way up to our week in LOTRO.
Are we really already?
Yeah.
Yep. So, Amin here, what did you do this week in LOTRO?
Well, other than the aforementioned running around Bill Fernie's house, I continued gearing my RK. He got to 105 about, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I gotta say, subsequent level cap tunes get easier to gear as you go because you have a lot of stuff left over.
You know what you need to save and what you can just junk.
Yeah, the major essences of blocking, I kind of just throw them in the garbage can.
Oh, you totally need that on a Runekeeper.
Oh, absolutely. I've got nothing but Supreme Parry essences on them.
It's a mighty beard on that one. Unless it's an elf.
Nothing ever hits me. Nothing ever hits me, so I just parry all the attacks. But I helped some kinnies do some Limelight Gorge quest, which is always fun, and Roots of Fangorn Tier 2 challenge. That was hilarious, trying to do that with a level 75 tank and no healers.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Well, I have a capped minstrel that's raid geared, and I told everybody, I was like, I'm not healing on my RK. If you want heals, I'll switch to my mini. That's and they're like, no, we're gonna get you to heal whether you want to or not. And sure enough, they got me to heal because there was no healer.
Runekeeper healing is easy, though.
That's when
Healing
everybody
is
died.
easy in general, actually. I think while my mini, I can hit 3 skills and everyone's alive. I actually went AFK and healed the Dome of Stars. One of the door warden fights, I just went AFK and used the whole time, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Bolts of courage. Bolts of courage. Bolts of courage. Hey, guess what? You need to heal bolts of courage. You want
Pretty
another
much.
heal bolts of courage.
And then if you add Coda to that, you get the 2 free BC spams, you insta-cast, so it's
Yeah,
pretty
see,
easy.
my experience with minstrel healing is everybody dies. 'Cause I start healing and I'm the first one to go splat because they can't keep me alive, and then everybody else just dies.
Do you wait before the tank has aggro before you start pumping out the heals?
Yep.
Well, then it's their fault.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like a tank issue to me.
But yeah, my minstrel that I've tried healing on is level 30, so
I think that's more that's the heal aggro's fault. Heal aggro is very strong. But I did Ruin City a few times. Some of the new instances. Tried out the new raid. That's insane.
yeah.
The mechanic, especially when you get through the troll and you're like, oh, that's not too bad. Then you go to the mummics and you're like, oh my
Like, oh
God.
my god.
And everybody
Yeah.
has a different strategy that doesn't work. So that's the only consistent thing about it. None of these.
That sounds about right, actually. Everybody has a different strategy on how to deal with the Moomax, and none of them work.
Well, that's pretty much all I did.
All right, awesome. So this week I rebranded myself, everybody.
Ooh, did it hurt?
How long have you been waiting on that, Hunter? Man. I walked right into that one. All right. Well, no, Pine Leaf. It didn't hurt because it was all digital. So I did rebrand myself to be either just Andang or Andang LP on everything now. So no longer PVMP Andang, except for my website, which I'll probably be updating sometime soon. So anyway, that's pretty much what I did this week. It took longer than I thought to change your YouTube username. So that's a thing that is fairly involved. Carve, what'd you do this week?
Well, this week I flew a kite because that was something you could do in the Summerfest, which was actually a lot of fun. I spitted a lot of hobbits too, which is a very dwarven thing to do year-round, regardless of whether it's summer or not.
So when you're flying that kite, does it actually like move around?
Yeah, like when you're running.
I mean, like left to right.
It has a bit of drift, but it's more like this is where the thing is, and what's cool is that you can like spin and it stays in a fixed position above you.
Oh, that is cool.
So you can like spin and it just kind of spins with you. So kite flying is pretty cool. I found the lost temple. It had been lost for a long time, but myself, as the astute champion scholar that I am, I found it. Me, by myself. Nobody helped. Okay, that's not true. A lot of people find the lost temple, but I just happened to find it that night. And then I fixed Moria's plumbing in the waterworks. A little bit of acid, a whole lot of fire, some lightning. And I'm very glad that there isn't a mechanic in game that when you use a lightning-based attack when you're standing in water, the critter you're attacking doesn't then shock you back because you're standing in the same puddle that's standing in. As I'm running through the basement of Moria, throwing lightning bolts at all these frogs, going, that frog is 5 feet from me, and I'm summoning a lightning bolt to hit it. Does this sound like a bad combat tactic? There's no kickback. It's good. So how was your week, Terry Edwin?
Well, I got splatted in the Lost Temple. Because we did that with Mythgard on Tuesday, and I was in Corey's group, and I think I lasted like 5 seconds in that first boss fight with brother and sister, because we could not keep them apart to save our lives. And yeah, I just splat. I knew it was coming too. I knew I was going to be the first one dead. I actually called it. You can probably hear me calling it on stream. I'm like, yep, yeah. I'm going to be the first one to die. Taking bets right now. And then Sarissa is still not over her gambling addiction from last year's summer festival, with similar results. Now at 6 of 12 for the too much or much eating, much drinking, or the tier beyond Lucky Duck, which I didn't realize that there was such a thing last year, and then it's like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm at 6 of 12 for both of the other deeds with hobbits and dwarves. So it's going to be a lot of hobbits and dwarves and hobbit. I get very salty in hobbit races, so I've taken to occasionally just leaving the Discord up and seeing who wants to pop into my Discord and chat, so that they can hear me swearing at the hobbits and dwarves that are letting me down. Because I've been doing these, because when you fail you can repeat it every hour. So I've been basically doing these every hour as much as I can since the festival went live on Thursday. I had one dwarf win and one hobbit win since Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, Hobbit Dance 4, which I mentioned earlier is a new thing in the summer festival, turns out that if you do that, now keep in mind that all the dances are going to look slightly different, especially Hobbit Dance 4 looks slightly different depending on your race and your gender. Anybody
Hobbit Dance 4 sounds like
seen-
a CD or something.
Anybody who's actually seen Hobbit Dance 4 in their collections panel, well, if you have, characters of different races, you will notice that your character looks slightly different depending on race and gender. So on the human female characters, particularly Sarissa, who as cosmetics, she's burglar, she dresses in movement, stuff that she can move in, despite the fact that, movement challenge, but stuff that she can move in without a whole lot of loose things hanging. So no dresses, it's all, tight, fairly tight-ish trousers. Hobbit Dance 4 on a human burglar wearing tight pants is extremely suggestive. Extremely suggestive. And I get a good laugh out of it every time, because yeah, it's one of those things that's just, it's so wrong. But you don't see it on any other race gender combination. And then, as my final highlight for the week, I rolled another burglar on Evernight. So I now have 6 burglars, and this one I just copied Sarissa. So I now have 2 Sarissas. I have one on Landroval and one on Evernight. So Pineleaf, what were you up to this week?
All right, we'll begin with my minstrel on Landroval, who reached level 76 and completed the part of the epic story within Dunland. And on Brandywine, my warden there reached level 101 and completed the Western Gondor epic. And on Gladden, my Bjorning there reached level 101 and completed the Western Gondor epic. I think there's a pattern
do you
there
have
somewhere.
a job in real life? I mean,
None of the epic completions there.
So therefore, let's head into questions in the dark.
for the next 25 minutes.
No.
So you guys actually had a hard time last week. I listened back. It was pretty tough.
Well,
Kind of-
that's because Pineleaf threw a non-humanoid character in there. And
That's
kinda
true,
threw us
yeah.
off, 'cause we didn't think, oh wait, there are non-humanoid characters in
yeah,
Lord
we
of the
can get
Rings.
the-
There's like 4.
we can get the female dwarf any day of the week, but the dragon that's mentioned in The Hobbit, obviously, is the thing that takes...
took a huge gamble with the female dwarf. I just want to let you know. I was like, well, if it's a dwarf, I can throw out this one idea, which is either going to make it real easy or real hard. Is it a female?
Very well. Let's start. Let's try the first one now.
All
Okay.
right. Is
First
this
question.
character a free person of Middle Earth?
Yes.
Okay. Is this person mentioned only in Lord of the Rings, the game online?
No.
Okay.
Is this character mentioned in Lord of the Rings Online?
No.
Okay, so that gives us the books to deal with.
Is this character mentioned in The Hobbit?
No.
Okay.
Car
That's
Party
the-
sounds defeated.
No, I'm not defeated. It's basically, it could be the Lord of the Rings, or it could be the Silmarillion, or it could be some other obscure literary source that Pineleaf, dusted off. But I'm gonna guess at the next question being, is this person mentioned in the 3 Lord of the Rings books?
Yes.
Okay. Now we should probably whittle it down to like race and gender and stuff.
Right, so we know it's a good person because it's a free person of Middle Earth.
So is this person from the race of men?
No.
Is this person an elf?
No.
Is
A
this
hobbit.
pers-
That was not in the question.
Is this person a hobbit?
Yes.
Okay. So is this a male hobbit?
Listen to
No.
Pine Leaf getting all Alex Trebek.
I was gonna say, yeah, Alex Trebek there.
Okay, he said is not a male hobbit, which means it's got to be a female hobbit. Because there's only two kinds of hobbits. That much I'm pretty sure of.
That we know of.
So, okay.
Is this person a romantic love interest of any of the main Hobbit characters in The Lord of the Rings?
No.
So that narrows it down to like one person, right?
Probably.
Well,
Is the
Does-
person extremely unlikable?
No.
well, he said that the character was not in Lord of the Rings game, so it's not going to be somebody
That's
like
true.
Lobelia
That's true.
or Rosie Cotton or anybody like that. So it's
Yeah, I
got to
forgot
be
Rosie
another
was in the game.
female that's mentioned within the books. It's a female hobbit that's not a love interest. Is this a hobbit child when we first are introduced to her?
Yes.
Is this hobbit child named after a flower?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Ammon here, this is all you, buddy.
I was thinking like Sam's daughter Eleanor, but no.
What question are we up to? Or how many we have left?
There are 7 left.
Does this person survive the events of Lord of the Rings? Did I just cut out there for a second?
Yeah, no.
No, Pine's
No,
looking it
I-
up. We need, like, Jeopardy music that's not Jeopardy. That won't put our podcast in jeopardy.
Yes.
So yes, they are killed off, or yes, they aren't killed off. Not as an extra question, but just trying to remember what.
Yes, they survived. I think was the way the question was worded. Did they survive Lord of the Rings? And the answer was yes, they did survive.
Okay. Welp.
I'm not that caught up on Hobbit lore.
Is this character on the Shire side of the Brandywine throughout the Lord of the Rings? Or in other words, are they not a took or traveling around Middle Earth?
I just trying. I'm gonna have to say no on that.
We don't know how. I guess we found out they were a child when we're introduced to them, so that would probably mean that it's not like Bilbo's mother or somebody like that. This is some obscure Pineleaf hobbit that only Pineleaf knows about.
I'm sure once we're told the answer, we'll be like, oh, yeah, her.
Chat room, help us out. Help us out, chat room. Barnabas says Pineleaf Needles is his guess. I don't think Pineleaf's mentioned in the books, sadly. Do we need to give up on this one? Because
Well,
I
we
don't
can
know.
just keep asking questions. Is this Hobbit lady a Took?
No.
Is this Hobbit lady a Brandybuck?
No.
Is this Hobbit lady related to in any way to the main characters in The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit?
Yes.
Well, that was vague.
So yes, they are related somehow to the main characters. What if? Oh, whoa! What if it's like Sam's kids?
Well, that's why I went with the flower thing earlier, because Eleanor was named after the flowers
Yeah.
from Lothlorien.
Right. Welp.
You're down to 2 questions.
Not a Brandybuck, not a Took. Is she a Bagginses?
No.
We have to guess on this one because this is our last question, right?
Yep.
I'm like, it's Farmer Baggin's wife. I don't know.
Hang on. Stall for me, Carve. Stall for me.
Okay, completely throw Pine Leaf off topic. So when you're playing DDO, is it viable to create a dexterity-based dual-wielding fighter character?
As a fighter?
Yeah.
It should be feasible. I haven't done it, but it should be feasible because I think one of the 3 main lines is more about dealing damage than in tanking or anything like that. And dual wielding is definitely an option you've got.
Who did we
This
decide?
question
What?
comes from where?
Whose last names did we decide that they're not? Can we?
The big
Baggins,
meat
Took,
houses?
and Brandybuck.
Yeah.
Okay. The only person I can find that's another one that's not like something really obscure. Wait a second. Never mind. I don't know.
And Dane goes for the Google, and the Google fails.
The Google failed me.
Because he doesn't have access to the Pinepedia.
I don't. It's not public yet.
His password got changed. Pinepedia is like, nope, denied. No cheating ending.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I haven't the foggiest.
Wait, is it? What if it's a cotton? I don't remember what that
Rosie
one.
Cotton is the one that Sam ends up
Right, so it's not her.
with. Rosie's sister, Rosie's mom.
I don't know. I give up.
Well, since we've only got one left, I'm going to say Farmer Maggot's wife.
No.
Okay, I don't know. Who is it? We're out. Oh, wait, we don't get to know. That's right.
Yeah, we do.
Dang
If we don't get it answered, then Pineleaf has to answer. So,
right,
who
very
is it,
well.
Pineleaf?
The answer is Goldilocks Gardner.
it. Goldilocks Gardner.
One of Sam's daughters.
So you were,
And-
you were right. You were on the right track when you
Dang
were
it.
thinking about Sam, one of Sam's kids.
We should have just asked if this was one of Sam's kids. Oh well. I knew since it was a child that it would and it was related to one of the main characters, it probably had to be that, but I was just not thinking. Right, so.
The biggest
Sorry
trouble
about
is
that.
when you ask the question of whether or not she lived on the Shire side during the time of Lord of the Rings, since she wasn't born yet, technically, during the main text of the
Oh,
story.
come on.
I could not figure out which way to answer that question.
Fair enough.
And I couldn't say wasn't born yet because then that would have made it too easy.
Oh.
Slicing the rules.
We should have asked if they're alive at the end of the events of Lord of the Rings.
Well, they were alive because
Well,
they were
you
born
said
at the end of the
that's
events.
that's the problem.
You got to be real careful with your phraseology.
At the
in
end of the
yes or
War of
no
the Ring, I
questions.
guess.
Right, because she wasn't born until after the end of the main text. So
Okay,
therefore,
Pine
that's what
Leaf,
made things a little tougher.
you've won one, we've won 3 or more, so
All right.
you know that's
Now, did you want a second one?
maybe not after that, but let's go ahead.
All right, very well. All right,
Barnabas
I am
asks,
thinking...
"Isn't Goldilocks a flower?"
Nope.
No, Goldilocks is a story with 3 bears.
Yep.
I do not know of a flower called Goldilocks. Is someone...
I don't either. I was just hoping that Barnabas was right.
I mean, I'm assuming it was just a reference to golden hair.
That was.
The name refers to her hair. It is also in accordance to the Hobbit custom of giving flower names to women. Goldilocks sometimes refers to buttercup or daisy flowers.
I've never heard of them referenced that way.
Wow, there's actually that flower Goldilocks. Google has spoken.
Yep, there is. But that's okay, Pine Leaf. None of us knew that was the case, so it wouldn't have helped us anyway.
Yes, it probably would have led you
golden,
even
yellow
more astray. Yeah.
It would have led us to his other daughter.
Well, that
so...
was what you would have said instead.
Yeah, exactly. So it wouldn't have helped us anyway.
Yeah, we'd have totally lost anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Yeah,
We had like 4 daughters.
yeah. So next
Only
round.
4?
Only 4.
Only 4. Anyway,
5. I don't know. I just glanced at
Let's see.
Tolkien. Gateway.
Eleanor, Rose, see Goldilocks,
Pine Leaf's gonna name them off just
Daisy,
without looking.
Primrose,
Primrose, yeah, 5.
Ruby.
Pinepedia. All right, let's start the next
They had
one.
12
Pine.
children. Or
Yeah, 12.
Way too many kids.
Yeah, way too many kids.
Sam
Yeah,
was thankful to be alive.
Sam had more kids than...
Sam repopulated the
Bingo-
Shire all by himself.
He was like,
And
"Oh, we lost a bunch. We got to get to work."
Yeah, he had more kids than Bingo's cousin. Yeah.
Priska, yeah. All right, Pine Leaf, hit us again. Just punch
All
us
right.
right in the face.
Very well. I'm thinking of a character from the works of Tolkien.
Is this character a free person of Middle Earth?
No.
Is this character considered a good person in any way?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a free person. What are you defining as free person? Because that's a really broad statement.
Well,
are we
that's-
talking like the 4 races?
That's at least
As
the
a
4
free
races.
person?
At the very least, it's the
Okay.
4 races, yeah.
So outside of the 4 races, that's considered a good person. What does that leave us? Bombadils and Ents
And Beornings, and
and Beornings.
although I think Beornings they're kind of on the verge
They're
of being a free
technically
person.
men.
is
Yeah.
free persons is Trixie. Okay.
did Tolkien clearly define this person's origins?
Clearly define this person's origins.
Or that's related to like a Tom Bombadil type thing where we don't know.
That's definitely a Bombadil weird
Mhm.
question.
Right, because that's a very strange question, and
How about we rephrase it? Do we know where this person came from? Or at least have an idea of like them having a father or something like that.
okay, I'm just trying to make sure that because they don't mention the parents of every single character in the Lord of the
Right,
Rings,
yeah,
for
that's tough
example,
too.
or anything
Sorry,
like that. That's the
guys.
reason why that question is.
I didn't mean to break Pine Leaf.
Yeah, because
Well, he's just trying to be fair.
Does this character have boots that are yellow?
no.
Okay, there we go. We can move on now.
Not Tom. All right, got it.
Does this character have wings?
No.
What kind of good character in Tolkien's literature has wings?
Eagles.
Eagles.
that, that got carved to be quiet.
Okay. I guess considering how Goyhir and Onderwald are actually talking birds, they would definitely be considered good persons-ish.
Does this character get lilies?
No.
Okay.
Isn't that another Bombadil question, though?
No, that's Bombadil's wife. But anyway.
Oh, you were going for Goldberry there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, Ents. We haven't talked about Ents.
are they a tree-based life form?
No. And besides, Ints are very definitely free peoples.
Oh,
See,
okay,
the definition
finally.
of free peoples keeps changing from question to
Yeah.
question.
Yes,
That's why I'm like,
but-
this is not a very good qualifier.
Yes, but Treebeard definitely refers to them as free people.
That's true because they did help out in and they also helped out in the war.
The poem
so
of the free people, the poem
Yeah.
that Treebeard recites,
That's true.
does list Ints as free peoples.
Now I want to look up that poem to find out.
Well, okay,
Learn on the lore
so,
of free people.
so
of
if
free
we've got Ents and hobbits and dwarves and elves and humans in the free people's camp, who is not in the free people's camp then? Are Beornings in the free people's camp? Are we talking about
Hypothetically,
Maiar?
Pineleaf, would shapeshifters be considered part of the Free Peoples if they're
Well,
good?
I'm with Terry in considering them to be race of men.
They're a race of men, yes.
Just making sure.
Okay, so do we have to
In
step
Tolkien's
beyond
writings,
into
they're
Maiar?
race of men characters who learn to shift into bears. In the LOTRO universe, they're not Bjornings. They're OP for balls.
It could be
Couldn't
a
resist. She
wizard.
couldn't resist. Well, not all the wizards are free people. That's true. Even though they're good characters. Ooh, does this character have an affinity for animals?
No.
Does this character have a staff of any kind?
No.
Help us out, chat room. Oh, it could be Bill the Pony. Is
Is
this-
this in Lotro?
Oh, what was that question?
Does this person only appear in Lotro?
No.
Does this person appear in Lotro?
No.
So not Bill the Pony.
Not Bill the Pony. Is this character in The Hobbit?
No.
Is this character in The Lord of the Rings?
No.
Great.
Well, that puts something in the similarity.
Or, yeah.
Does this
Or
person
not
have
in
fur?
Middle Earth at all, because it's Tolkien's writings, not just Middle Earth.
Is this character in Middle Earth?
No.
There you go.
Well, we wasted a lot of questions.
You wasted a lot of questions. Yeah. because
How
your
many are we
first
up to, finally?
Your first question asked, was it a free person in Middle Earth?
No, not even in Middle Earth. Not even
Okay.
a free person.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Oh,
your
God,
first
I don't know
question
Tolkien.
had a proviso that had to be a free person in Middle Earth.
Okay.
Apparently,
we need to lead off with, is this character in Middle Earth next time?
Yes.
I don't even know where you would go with Tolkien's works. I don't, because I'm not that familiar with stuff outside of Lord of the Rings.
Is this character... Can this character take the form of a humanoid type person? Or be in the form already?
Yeah.
Okay. So that eliminates animals and all that other stuff. How many are we up to,
Weeks for
finally?
Trish not to show up.
Exactly, right? How many are we up to, Pineleaf?
You have 6 left.
6 left. Is this character, and I'm going to list off a bunch of stuff, a Maiar, Valar, or powerful person of Middle-earth? Or of the
I don't
Tolkien
think this is even
stuff?
in Middle
It's
Earth,
not even
man.
in
I
You
know.
gotta be
I
thinking-
take
you gotta
off
be thinking,
take
like,
off Middle-earth. I'm asking this stuff.
All right, so you're asking if this is a powerful spirit of some sort.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Welp.
Isn't there character like Green something? Greenleaf or I don't know. This is what Era and Trish are good at.
Is this character in the
Amazing.
same universe as Middle-earth?
The same universe as Middle-earth?
Meaning, are they on the same planet? Or, in the same mythos?
I don't think so.
I'll say yes.
Great. That is really encouraging. You're just going for the tough ones today, Pineleaf.
Does
Oh,
he
he's tired of
do
getting
like
beat.
most obscure Tolkien characters mentioned in one sentence?
No,
You know what this is, Andang? This is revenge for the body bag.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's
I know.
exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this character mentioned in the Silmarillion?
No.
Great.
Didn't he already say no?
Yeah, he's already said it's not anything
we already
connected
ask
to
that
Middle
question?
Earth.
We
so-
already pretty much said it.
You said it was related to Middle-earth stuff, but anyway.
Well,
I was just covering my
you
bases.
remember what your questions say.
Yeah.
I am throwing my hat. Carve's done.
Is this character Leaf related?
No.
So it's not Leaf by Niggle.
You have 2 left.
Oh, I know what it is. This is a character that Tolkien made up.
Is that a question?
No, that's the answer. I'm answering the question, finally.
It is a character Tolkien made up. That's so true.
Chat room, do you have any ideas? Yeah, chat room. It said not even in basically the world of Tolkien, although technically it is. I mean, in the same universe as Middle Earth, but technically it is. But Pineleaf was not quick to answer that question and wasn't. He said he'd say so. Barnabas says Father Christmas. That's possible. Or it could be Wooten Major. Okay, is this character holiday related?
No.
Dang it. Is this character in any way related
This is
to...
your last questions, by the way.
This is my last question?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this character Sir Wooten Major?
No.
Okay. Well, what is it, Pineleaf?
Well, the interesting thing is that this is one that I had planned to be the one immediately after Smog, and Eric there last week actually mentioned him during the course of the discussion after Smog.
But Erithert wasn't here this week. Thanks, Erithert.
Yeah. So, therefore, the answer to that is Farmer Giles.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. All right, Pineleaf, less challenging one. Let's do one more, just so I can feel accomplished.
Really? Really?
Really?
Andang's really fishing here. He's got to have a win. Man,
I wasn't here
we
last
gotta
week. I missed out on my
Oh,
fix.
boy. All right.
Gotta get his fix. Okay.
All right. Are you really want one? All right. Very well. Okay. I am thinking of someone from the. Right. Well, I've
Okay.
got a name. You.
Gotcha. Is this character in Middle Earth?
Yes.
Okay, then. Is this character in LOTRO?
Yes.
Is this character exclusive to LOTRO?
Yes.
Okay. Is this character an NPC?
Well, it would have to be.
Yes.
Just making sure that we're not getting the pine leaf one.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
This character, a hobbit.
I couldn't believe you guys couldn't guess that it
Yes.
was me. Come on.
Oh, it is a hobbit. Okay, a hobbit that's exclusive to.
Exclusive to LOTRO.
Is this hobbit based in Mickle Delving?
No.
No. It might be on the other side, like on the other side over by that hobbit village. I can't think of what that's called right now though.
The one in Eregion?
Yeah.
And
Or
Edward.
Inedwythe. but
And
yeah.
wait, the place. I don't know. Those
Is
hobbits
this
got some
character
crazy
at
names.
any point in Inedwythe?
No.
Okay. Well, that probably narrows it down to the Shire area.
How well do you know your Shire NPCs?
Because Bingo Boffin went to Inedwythe, so it can't be Bingo. Okay, is this a character... Well, I guess it's a LOTRO exclusive. Is this character a prominent character of the epic story in any way? Or are they in the epic story?
Is your question prominent or in?
Just in.
No.
So it didn't matter, but thank you kindly for clarifying
Well,
that.
that would take out like some of the Mickle Delving NPCs, like
Mhm.
Foxglove.
Yeah. So it's a side quest hobbit.
Oh, we'll see. The epic would touch the Baggins' guy, Odo, Lotho, whatever his name is.
Well, I'm pretty sure Lotho's in the books.
Lotho appears in the beginning of Volume 3.
Yeah. Who is that guy in Mickle Delving, in Little Delving, that you talked to right after you escaped from the Black Bolt?
I don't.
Pineleaf doesn't know, so it's not that person. Let's move on.
Okay.
It sort of moved because he's the first person you talk to is related to the epic story.
Yes.
True, that's true.
The entire Blackwolds area is part of the epic story.
Is this person...
Just to make sure, I'm sure it is, but is this character on the Shire side of the Brandywine?
No.
Okay, so they might be a Took, or they might be somewhere in Middle Earth.
No, they're probably a Brandybuck.
They could be in Bree.
Oh, that's true. Is this a character that lives between the Brandywine and the Old Forest?
Yes.
Okay, so not Bree. Although between could include up north as well in Evendim. Is this character in the Breeland zone?
Yes.
Okay, so they're definitely there.
And besides, the hobbits and Evendim are on the west side of.
Yeah, they're on the
Of
other side of the river.
course
You're
you
making
know,
it too
Jaime.
hard. It's got to be one of them Bucklanders, like Kellandine and Priscilla and them folk. Paladin. No, Paladin's in Tuckborough.
It can't be Kellandine. She's not exclusive to LOTRO.
What about that chick Bingo hangs out with? His cousins.
Oh,
about
that's
that?
true. Is this character... How many questions do we have first, just so I'm not...
Oh, you
wasting it.
have 9 questions left.
Do you think it's worth asking if they're in the Ballad of Bingo Boffin?
Sure.
Is this character in the Ballad of Bingo Boffin?
Yes.
Okay,
All
then.
you're gonna do is whittle down that family.
Good luck with that.
Is this the Hobbit that accompanies Bingo into some adventures?
No.
Okay, so it's not Marigold. Y'all
Is
take it
this
from here.
is this character a kid?
No.
So it's parent then, most likely. Although there were multiple characters that appeared in Bingo, but I'm guessing that that would be the parent. But how do we want to narrow that down? Does this character have a lot of kids?
Yes.
Okay, now we just have to remember that character's name.
Starts with a P.
Preska.
Yeah, her.
Okay, is this character Priska?
Yes.
Yes! We won one. 1 out of 3. That's good. And Pineleaf won 2. And dang it.
We currently have 28 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to join this illustrious raid of players and help support LOTRO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. Whew. Yeah, there you'll find rewards, including a mention on the podcast to your choice review, guest with us on an episode of LOTRO Players News. Now, when has anyone ever done that?
Yeah, I wonder if anyone might even be doing that right now.
Right. And we
What?
do have...
Who are you talking about?
That was the last idea. Right, let's head into some feedback. We have a featured comment from Barnabas, who left a comment on last week's episode of LOTRO Players News. The Watcher is definitely a dude. It lives alone, the place is a mess, it stinks, and it is hostile to anyone wearing a ring.
You know, there was a lot of common sense logic behind Barnabas' analysis of the Watcher's single status.
There was a lot of
So-
thought that went into that.
I would definitely have to say that I concur. Well played, Barnabas. Air fist bump. Well played.
There- If you would like to leave us an email, you can leave it at podcast@LOTROPlayers.com, and you can also follow us on Twitter, the Players Alliance at Players Ally, LOTRO Players at LOTRO Players, Andang at PPMP. Oh, sorry, at Andang LP, rebranded. I forgot about that. Arathert at Arathert, Carvet at Carvet LP, Maven at Tolkien Maven, Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles, and Terry Adwin at Terry Adwin. And where can they meet our guest?
Oh, I'm not exciting enough to have Twitter.
Ah, okay, you're not
Yeah, I
excited.
asked him that question earlier. That's why it's not in show notes.
Is there anything at all you want to plug or do a shout out to?
Keep LOTRO beautiful, huh?
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
So obviously we need more weed whackers.
You gotta get our
Less
landscaping
trees
crew back.
protruding out of buildings.
Yes, agreed. And thoroughfares and bridges.
The Players Alliance has 4 live shows every Monday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. We have DDO Players News. On the last Friday of each month at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have LOTRO Academy After School. Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have LOTRO Players News, and every other Saturday after LOTRO Players News, we have Tales of the Free Folk. And you can join us for our live shows at LOTROplayers.com/live. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This is Pineleaf Needles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.